Top of the hour, let's get you exactly when it comes to 2 years ago, that letter that came out as an ominous premonition, well, Aftab will chop me into pieces, is what has been mentioned by Shraddha almost 18 months before it turned out into be a brutal reality. Now, Shraddha had told the local police way back in November 2020 that her live-in boyfriend and partner, Aftab Poonawala, had threatened to kill her and to blackmail her, saying that he will hack her body and will cut her into pieces. A threat that he allegedly followed through his 18th of May this year, when unfortunately the incident did take place. Now, here is a desperate plea for intervention, where the gravest of many of them, especially when it comes to the complaint that she had taken up with the police, went unheeded.
I, Ms. Shraddha Vikas Walkar, age 25, would like to report Aftab Amin Poonawala, age 26, who currently lives at Regal Apartment Vijay Vihar Complex, has been abusing me and beating me up. Today, he tried to kill me by suffocating me, and he scares and blackmails me that he will kill me and cut me up in pieces and throw me away. Since last 6 months, he has been hitting me, but I did not have the guts to go to the police because he threatened to kill me. His parents are aware that he beats me and that he tried to kill me. They also know about us living together in the past, and they visit us on weekends. I lived with him till date, as we were supposed to get married anytime soon and had the blessings of his family. Henceforth, I am not willing to live with him, so any kind of physical damage should be considered coming from him, as he has been blackmailing me to kill me or hurt me whenever he sees me anywhere.
Well, with those questions that are being raised over the police's inaction, the police say that since the complaint had been withdrawn, there wasn't much to do about it. But is that really a foolproof defense? Because the application for the withdrawal of the case was filed on the 19th of December, a good 26 days later, after the torture was reported by Shraddha. What did the police do in the meantime for the remaining 4 weeks? Did they even bother to track Aftab and to call him for questioning, or even provide that kind of security that Shraddha was seeking?
इस मामले में जो भी ज़रूरी कार्रवाई करनी थी वो कार्रवाई पुलिस की तरफ से की गई है। जो अर्जी दी गई थी, अर्जी के ऊपर में जांच हुई है। जांच के बाद में खुद जो कंप्लेनेंट ने लिखित बयान दिया है कि उसकी अब कोई कंप्लेंट या तकरार रही नहीं है, और जो उसका जो ये था फ्रेंड था, उसके फ्रेंड के माँ बाप ने आके उनको मतलब समझाया था दोनों को भी, और अभी उसकी कोई तकरार नहीं है, ऐसा करके उसने रिटन स्टेटमेंट दिया था, जिसके चलते वो मतलब वहीं पे वो क्लोज हो गया।
Now, the apprehensions have been shared with the police resonated with the same kind of fear that she shared in her WhatsApp messages with former work colleagues and manager Karan Barar as well. Just about 10 days about escalating the matter to the police, Shraddha informed her boss, her former boss, that she had been hospitalized on the 3rd of December, and the decision to withdraw the case that was taken on the 19th. Now, according to Shraddha and Aftab and his parents, who visited them regularly, cajoled them to ensure that the quarrel ended. But just 7 days later, Shraddha was once again subjected to such kind of physical abuse that she failed to turn up for work, because all of the beating that she said mentioned in that message that she will not be able to turn up for work. And also Shraddha's father had been left wondering if their daughter could have been alive today if police on time had taken action.
श्रद्धा आफ्ताब ने उसको बताया कि वो उसके टुकड़े कर देगा, ये भी चीज़ उसमें लिखी गई है सर। तो आप
के बारे में एक्शन होना चाहिए था।
तो सर एक आखिरी सवाल मैं आपको पूछूंगा कि श्रद्धा का जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन, जो पुलिस स्टेशन में जो कंप्लेंट दर्ज की, उसके 26 दिन के बाद उसने कंप्लेंट वापस की, उसी के साथ साथ ये आफ्ताब ने आज जो इतना खौफनाक काम किया है, आपको क्या लगता है पुलिस ने किस तरह से काम किया है? क्या आपको लगता है इन सारी चीज़ों में कहाँ गलत हुआ, जो चीज़ें गलत हुई?
यहाँ मेरा जब वसई पुलिस स्टेशन में कंप्लेंट हुआ तब ये थोड़ी सी देरी हो गई। उन्होंने काम तो किया लेकिन ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्स नहीं दिया उन्होंने।
वो जो लेटर है ना, वो यहीं पे लेके आई थी मेरे घर पे, ऑफिस से जो मेरा।
अच्छा, आपके यहाँ पे लेके आई थी पुलिस स्टेशन देने से पहले?
तो मैंने उनको बोला था कि पहले आपको पुलिस में कंप्लेंट करनी चाहिए। वो राहुल के साथ में आई थी।
अच्छा, हाँ।
तो ये आगे कुछ होगा इसमें। तो वो लेटर लेके वो फिर पुलिस स्टेशन गई थी और उसकी एक कॉपी मुझे दी। मेरी तो 2 दिन के बाद ही उससे बात हो गई थी। वो जब पुलिस स्टेशन में कंप्लेंट किया था तो नेक्स्ट डे उसको पुलिस स्टेशन में आना था सुबह।
हाँ।
हम लोगों से बात हुई थी कि कल मॉर्निंग में हम लोगों को बुलाया था कि आप कल आ जाना। तो अगले दिन हम लोग उसका वेट कर रहे थे, वो नहीं आई। तो शाम को उसने मुझे कॉल किया कि आफ्ताब की मम्मी पापा से बात हो गई है और वो बोल रहे हैं कि अभी वो दोबारा कुछ नहीं करेगा, उसको अच्छे से रखेगा। अभी इस चीज को हम लोग यही खत्म कर रहे हैं, मुझे केस वापस नहीं करना है। मैंने उसको समझाया था कि मतलब अभी तुम बोल रहे 6 महीने से वो झगड़ा कर रहा है, बाद में भी कर सकता है। कम से कम अपने सपोर्ट के लिए अपने मम्मी पापा को बता दो, नहीं तो और कोई बड़ा होगा घर में उसको बता दो। पुलिस वालों ने जब मुझे कॉल किया था तो वो पुलिस स्टेशन नहीं गई थी, बाद में जाके उसने कंप्लेंट वापस ली है।
तो मुझे एक बात बताओ, जैसे श्रद्धा के पिताजी से मेरी भी अभी बात हुई है, उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे इस लेटर के बारे में कुछ पता ही नहीं।
नहीं, वो पुलिस स्टेशन में दिया था ना उसके घर वालों से, तब तक तो उसकी बात ही नहीं होती थी। वो लोग बात नहीं करते थे आपस में।
आफ्ताब की फैमिली
उन लोगों ने उसको कैसे कन्विंस किया वो लोग जाने।
आफ्ताब की फैमिली से इस बारे में बात हुई लेटर के बाद कि आपका लड़का मार रहा है? आफ्ताब की फैमिली से कन्विंस किया था तो आफ्ताब की
फैमिली को मालूम था उस चीज का, उन्होंने ही उसको कन्विंस किया ना कि
आपकी बात हुई थी आफ्ताब के फैमिली से कि लेटर?
नहीं, मैंने उनको ये बोला था कि वो बोले कि मैंने उसको बोला था कल सुबह आना है, तो बोले कि कल उन लोगों को बुलाएंगे तो मैं सबसे मिलवा दूंगी।
तो इन 26 दिनों में इन्होंने आपको जैसे 2 दिन, आपने कहा कि 2 दिन बाद ही उसने बोल दिया था कि मैं कंप्लेंट वापस ले रही हूँ, बराबर?
हाँ।
तो ये 26 दिनों के कार्यकाल में पुलिस ने ऐसे आपको कभी कुछ इन्वेस्टिगेशन का पता चला कि पुलिस ने कुछ भी इसके ऊपर आफ्ताब को एक बार
नहीं, मुझे उन्होंने एक ही बार सामने से कॉल किया था कि मैडम वो लड़की जिसने कंप्लेंट किया था वो नहीं आई है। इससे ज्यादा मेरी कुछ बात भी नहीं हुई और वो उसने उस टाइम राइटिंग में लिखा था। हम लोगों ने पहले ही उसको बोला था आप कंप्लेंट कर दो जाके, क्योंकि पुलिस की कार्रवाई होगी तो ज्यादा अच्छा है, क्योंकि आपको चोट लगी है। ठीक है,
चोट, हाँ, उनको उस दिन। और मैंने मुझे एक बात बताई है, श्रद्धा को ने उस लेटर में लिखा है कि उस दिन उसने उसको मारने का प्रयास किया था।
वो यही, इसीलिए तो मैं बोल रही हूँ, वो डरी हुई थी तो हम लोग उसको ज्यादा प्रेशर नहीं कर रहे थे।
किस तरह से मारने का प्रयास किया था? किस तरह से मारने का प्रयास किया था, कुछ बताया था?
हाँ, उसको चोट लगी हुई थी ना मुंह पे और गले पे।
हाँ, तो उसका कुछ, हाँ, मतलब वो बोल रहा है कि गला वाला दबाया था, कुछ क्या किया था एग्जैक्टली, कुछ बताया?
भी निशान थे। वो हम लोग जब उससे पूछ रहे थे ना, वो एकदम बराबर बोल नहीं रही थी। वो जो उसका लेटर है वो सिर्फ साथ में लेके आई थी।
डरी हुई थी वो?
हाँ, और हम लोग डरी हुई थी उस टाइम पे, इसीलिए मैंने बोला था यही रुक जाओ, घर पे कोई नहीं है तो मेरे पास रुक जाओ, कल सुबह हम लोग यहाँ से ही चले जाएंगे पुलिस स्टेशन। लेकिन वो बोले कि नहीं, आफ्ताब नहीं आएगा घर पे अभी।
We have Sabyasachi joining us live right now. Sabyasachi, now listening to all of those conversations, especially when it comes to her own complaint letter, her parents raising that flag, there are several red flags also raised by the friends of Shraddha. She could have been alive today if action was taken.
Well, definitely. If timely action would have been taken by the administration, by the police, Shraddha could have been saved, because n number of times there has been several red flags which has been issued by Shraddha herself and as well as her friends. So right now, from the investigation point of view, you can say that yesterday the polygraph test was supposed to happen, but it did not happen because Aftab was not well. And the first session of the polygraph test has taken place at the FSL lab at Rohini. And after that, Aftab fell sick, and that is the reason why the polygraph test could not take place. Today, the narco test would have taken place, but since the polygraph test could not take place, the narco would not happen. And the in charge of the polygraph test has clearly stated that until and unless Aftab is absolutely fit, the polygraphic test cannot take place. Right now, we are standing at the Mehrauli station, where currently Aftab is in, and for the
so
police,
even when it comes to the entire process, that has still been unable to take place today, because apparently the main accused in the case is not feeling well well. But despite the delay, Sabyasachi, please to stay on with us. It is just a matter of time when Aftab will be facing the truth test, one of them being the narco analysis. As Dr. S. Nalini, who is the face of the narco test in India, having handed over 8,000 cases, including several high-profile ones like as well. Now, when it comes to the investigation being carried out, my colleague Madhav also spoke with Dr. S. Nalini on how exactly is this test conducted.
Let me begin by asking you, ma'am, in this particular case of Aftab, that, is the talk of the nation. The court has given permission for a narco test. In the instant case, do you see the narco test being important from the point of view of investigation?
Yes, definitely. This will help us to identify those aspects which are not come to the surface yet. Like, for example, the skull region where he has hidden, or any of the weapons, exactly the same weapon he has used, or any other weapons, or any other information. Were there any associates for him, or what is the motive behind this? And from when he was planning all these can be surfaced when he is subjected to narco analysis. And I say that it is a humane method of extracting the information from the person, from non-cooperative sources.
Also, ma'am, in this instant case of Aftab, if I can just bring you to that. Now, from what we understand is that there are multiple versions that Aftab has told the investigators or the police about as far as this entire case is concerned. How do you see, as you mentioned earlier, the murder weapon, the skull, all of these could be clinchers in solving the case. How do you see the narco test helping in that regard?
It will help him from where did he get the weapon from, where he has hidden the weapon, if he has hidden the weapon, or which part of the forest that he has disposed the skull, or what exactly is the motive behind this. Was there any plan previously? From where did he purchase the weapon from? Was there anybody who has guided him? Has he taken any help from any other person other than himself? So all this information, what was the reason for him to go to that extreme? Was she causing was there any problem between them? All this will be very useful in extracting them through narco analysis test.
Right. Ma'am, and in your view, individuals such as this who are well educated, who may be articulate and who may in fact have a tendency to deceive the investigators, in that sense, narco can in fact play an important role in actually breaking the roadblocks that the investigation may have reached. Would you say that?
Definitely, because the person cannot control. When the drugs start entering into his body, the brain started disseminating in the body, it is not possible for him to control. It is beyond his control. There is no voluntary control. He enters into a trance state, he has to reveal the information. Whether he is an educated person, because in so many cases, the people before subjecting for narco analysis, they have subjected themselves for narco analysis, they have been tutored, they have been trained. When you enter into a trance state, you have to reveal only this information. So there are so many people who have undergone training and they have come to the narco analysis to us. So during that stage, they cannot hold the information, and there is no voluntary control. He starts revealing the information when you exactly identify the trance stage and start asking them the information related to the case.
Right. And, one of the aspects that many are looking at is, particularly given the fact that there was a complaint letter written by the victim, in this case Shraddha, that she's being threatened with physical violence, that Aftab has allegedly threatened to chop her into pieces. All of this raises the question about whether this is premeditated or whether it happened in the heat of the moment, because Aftab has told the court that whatever happened at that moment happened in the heat of the moment. Could the narco shed more light on that aspect?
Definitely, because she has already written that. He says that it is heat of the moment, but how did she come to know that he will have that type of plan at the heat of the moment? She has already written that.
Well, that's the investigative point of it. Let's talk you the political aspect, because massive political ripples after Times Now newsbreak on Shraddha murder case, where your channel exposed how Shraddha sent an SOS to the Vasai police 2 years before the brutal murder actually happened. But the police apparently did absolutely nothing. If the police then under Uddhav Thackeray's Aghadi Sarkar had acted, maybe Shraddha could have been alive today, could have been saved. Now the opposition is asking, what did the police do, and was Aftab's identity the reason behind the inaction that has taken place? Here are the political reactions coming out on this story.
पुलिस ने इसको पूछा, भाई आप खाली हिंदू लड़की क्यों लाते हैं? बोला नहीं, हिंदू भावुक होता है। हिंदू का साथ बातचीत करके हिंदू लड़की का साथ बातचीत करने में भावुक हो जाता है। दे आर इमोशनल। आज देश को लाख जिहाद का खिलाफ सख्त से सख्त कानून का जरूरत है।
ये घटना है, ये घटना दुर्घटना है। ये तो नाम दे दिए गए हैं, नाम दे दिए गए हैं, जुमले कर दिए गए हैं। आप इसको किसी रूप में ले लीजिए, ये तो कोई नई बात नहीं। सदियों से इंटरकास्ट, इंटर धर्म के नाम पे जो शादी होती है, कोई नई बात तो नहीं है। पर जब आपने टारगेट बना दिया एक कौम को, एक धर्म को, उसके आधार पे आपकी राजनीति चल रही है।
जब श्रद्धा ने स्वयं चिट्ठी लिखकर पुलिस से शिकायत की कि उसकी जान को खतरा है, उसकी जान भी जा सकती है, और ये जब चिट्ठी लिखी गई है तो महाराष्ट्र में उस समय उद्धव सरकार थी। कौन से ऐसे कारण हैं कि उद्धव सरकार ने किसी को जान का खतरा है ऐसी चिट्ठी मिलने के बाद भी कार्रवाई नहीं की? वसूली खेल में और तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति में यदि उद्धव सरकार लिप्त नहीं होती, उस चिट्ठी को गहराई से पढ़कर उस पर कार्रवाई करती, तो श्रद्धा की जान बच पाती।
Akansha is with us. Akansha, now the politics that seems to be happening there, but what about Aftab's family, his kin? Where they'll also be questioned on this?
Well, absolutely. On November 20th, in fact, his father was questioned by the Delhi police. But as far as the letter is concerned, definitely the political firestorm has erupted over it. Chief Minister of Maharashtra has questioned the police inaction, saying that that investigation should be taken place as to why the then Uddhav-led government did not take proper action. And they've gone on to say that their appeasement politics has led to the murder of Shraddha. With the emergence of this letter, definitely
right, so blame and counter-blame seems to be happening between the two sarkars there in the state of Maharashtra. Could Shraddha have been saved? That is the big question at this point. We'll be back after a short break. Akansha, thank you.